Okay, I swear to God, I only have a couple more issues of these old-ass X-Men that I gotta do before we can all just move on with their lives. But I gotta tell you, even though these are kind of, like, ridiculous, they have their appeal to me. So, let's look at this cover. We got my main man, Cyclops, on here. And apparently he's, getting tested here. I don't know what the test is. Honestly, look, you got a couple of men holding down an X-Men, and he's firing off an optic blast. Seems like a test that would be perfect for women's self-defense classes, and if they're not, then what are you ladies even doing? I mean, getting held down is probably your number one fear. Am I right, ladies? Men are physically stronger than women. I'm sorry. It's cool no women are watching this. It's fine. So, God, just very weird, but you know what? It does actually pay off. So, let's just get into this. You know what? I've actually seen this movie, because I watch a lot of bad movies. So, just to refresh everybody, Cyclops, he's in Alaska. Why? He wanted to go visit his grandparents, so he could get to know why he acts the way he does. But you'll find that the answer is never go to Alaska. Anytime someone says they want to go to Alaska, it's sketchy as fuck. Am I right? It's sort of like the last frontier in America, and it's just like, why do you want to go there? Why are you stockpiling guns? Why are you constantly putting "Don't tread on me" stickers on everything you own? We're worried. So we see he's raising up these sunglasses, and his just regular glasses. And I would like to give a shout out to Cyclops' eyelids. They don't get any respect whatsoever, and somehow they prevent laser optic blasts from just firing through and murdering everybody at all times. I mean, is there a single issue where Professor X just, like, I don't know, does like a DNA swab of his eyelids? What's going on there? I'm asking the real questions. So he's in Alaska, and we find out, oh my God, that's right, Mr. Sinister. Is it Mr.? Yeah. He's a Mr. He's definitely not a Miss, even though he's wearing some thigh-high boots. It's a strong choice. It takes a real man to look in the mirror and go, yeah, I'm rocking thigh-high boots and a lot of leather and like a shredded cape. This is a situation where it's like, it's so kind of gay that it's so masculine. I mean, look at Prince. Prince acted, he was so masculine, he had to act gay as fuck. Just for people to even understand how masculine he was. But we see that apparently Mr. Sinister can do this with his body. I was unaware. Good to know. He says you cannot physically assault him. It's futile. I mean, I gotta tell you, the most extended time I've had with Mr. Sinister is in the Deadpool game, and I feel like Deadpool did physically assault him, so I don't know, maybe it's changed, but good to know that you can do this, because, you know, it's actually pretty awesome looking. So, we find out that Mr. Sinister here, he just wants to get to know Scott, he wants to get to know his DNA a little bit, but it turns out he did something stupid. When he was on a quest to get Scott's genetic makeup, maybe figure out what's going on with those eyelids, right? Because now you're thinking about the eyelids too. Like, maybe we all have optic blasts, but we have Cyclops eyelids, but then our like wetting our eyes with eye drops is better than his. I don't know. I'm just saying we're all a mutant. See, I've been hating muties, but it's coming back around where I'm on board. But he says, in his overzealous quest to learn the secrets of Cyclops' genetic material, he may have unleashed a terrible plague on mutant kind. You know what? It happens all the time. You want to get to know someone? That's how the bubonic plague started. What happened? A guy wanted to get to know, like, the only female lute player in all the land, who looked as if she didn't have disease, but that's just kind of how you gauged it back then. He tries to get to know her, bing bang boom, bubonic plague, squirrels everywhere, ketchup gets invented, like 80% of the population's dead. It's just hard. It's hard to get to know someone, is what I'm saying here. And so, he's he says, you know, he was keen he had a keen interest in your genetic matrix, which, wouldn't that be alarming? A doctor could say that to you, and you'd still be like, I don't know about this. He says, both what has been and what is to come. Within your seed, I believe, lies the balance of powers for mutants on the planet. Ooh, God. Man, I feel like the comic could go a very dark way. I'm just saying, could you provide a seed sample under duress? I mean, I couldn't. I physically could not do it. But could you guys? I don't know. I feel like it's a very stressful situation when you guy kind of looks like a Dracula asking for your seed. It's a little sketchy. So he tried to strike a deal up with the devil. Devil reneged. Typical devil. And he's like, oh, Strife? Yeah, Strife, who Cyclops believes is his son that he sent to the future. I know that that's incorrect, but what are you going to do? So he says, you know what? That's why I kidnapped Jean Grey and you in exchange for Strife's cell samples. But this is not what I ultimately received from him. What did he give you? This. The video game Flashback. Honest, it really is a cartridge game. It's got 12 megs. I'm talking 12 prehistoric sharks that die simply because the water gets too cold. That's the kind of power we're working here with Flashback. We got New Washington, which even in the future we're just putting new on stuff. Not creative at all. We got a Paradise Club where all your super sexy, freaky fantasies come true. And look at those graphics. And planet morphs. Look at that box art. I gotta tell you, Sinister, you wanted my seed and everything, and it was a little sketchy here, but I will provide a seed sample for a video game. No question. I actually played this game back in the day. I remember being into it. You know what I'm saying? I liked it. So he takes him to this grave, and he says, why would Strife create a plague on this planet? Probably boredom, right? Not on the planet, Scott. It is a pox on mutants. Pox is a great medical word that I feel like we don't use enough. We have chicken pox, smallpox. I mean, there are probably other examples. Spoiler. Not a spoiler, just a surprise. I'm not a medical student or in medical school. I'm just saying we could, like, herpes pox, pox polyps. Pox polyps, that's a great name for a punk band if you've been fishing around for that one. Or polyps pox, brain pox, cancer pox. I'm just saying pox, it's got a ring to it. We need to be using it. Measles pox, moxels, I don't know. Seems like there's fertile ground here. So we find out Strife, he just wants to he wants to destroy Professor Xavier's dream, which I'm finding out that's a lot of people's motivation for everything. So he brings these people here called the Dark Riders, which anytime you put dark in the name of your group, I immediately think that you're not actually dark. I don't think you actually listen to black metal. I think you listen more so to, like, The Cure. So, and that's not a good thing. So he has these people called the Dark Riders. Let's take a look at this group. We got a group. I mean, definitely looks like they're groping him on the cover. We got a rock man. We got a guy who's got great hair. That's a good one to be. These guys who kind of look like rock cobras. I'm sensing maybe a rock motif going on here. We got a guy who's like a lizard man, but he's packing heat, and he's got crazy teeth. So, you know what? Kind of a mishmash, a little bit of a hodgepodge. Now, in this comic, we also go back to some previous stuff that's going on. We got the double Psylocke. It's complicated, and it's stupid, and I'm not going to waste any time on it. But I do want to bring up something happened in the news that I don't fully understand, but I do want to give my take on it, because that seems to be the way these things go. Olivia Munn, who apparently played Psylocke in the movies, I haven't seen it. I don't think I've ever seen a movie with her, but apparently she's getting shit for not wanting to work with a pedophile. And it's just like, what the fuck? But it's probably good publicity for the Predators movie, because guess what? Or Predator? Because that movie looks stupid as shit. I watched the first trailer for that. I saw a kid who looks like autistic as fuck. Yeah, you know who should never be in a Predator movie? A kid. I don't even want to see kid Predators. Even though, yeah, they'd probably be funny, and you'd have like midgets doing martial arts and stuff. Maybe predator kids, but not autism kids. I mean, do autistic kids go to the movies? I don't think so. They're too busy building, like, extremely elaborate houses of cards, or being able to play anything on the piano. They're busy. They don't have time for that. Or, you know, just like ruining their entire family's life because it's just too complicated. But just wanted to give a shout out that even though Olivia Munn is out here beating up pedophiles or whatever the fuck she's doing, that movie still is stupid. But, you know, you gotta do what you want. So I'm just gonna skip that because it's stupid. It's stupid. Plus, we got some stuff going on here where some big bad thought was dead is coming back. They don't say his name, they say he. But I just want to point out, you know, we got Jubilee here. I'm on the Jubilee train a little bit since reading that Uncanny X-Men number 303. But the bitch is trying me, because look at this. She's eavesdropping in here. She's a teenage girl. That's what they do. I'm not upset about it. I know the game. So they're talking about whoever this is. Wolverine walks by. He tells her to stop yapping. And she says, "What do we do now, Wolveruno?" But get this shit in focus, because you're not going to believe me that it says Wolveruno. Obviously, the play here is Wolverino. How'd you fuck this up? This is what happens when you hang out with like 45-year-olds in a dark mansion, beating up robots all the time. You're trying me, bitch. You know you should have said Wolverino. What the fuck? Back in Alaska, I'm trying to blow through this because it's not even really that interesting. Back in Alaska, the Dark Riders, they started attacking Cyclops, and Sinister is like, what? We did not agree to this. I thought, you know, you guys would just, like, meet him. I'm trying to incorporate him into the friend group. You know how that's a very stressful situation. But they started attacking him, and it's like, here's what you gotta do. You gotta coordinate with your underlings, right? Because you don't want to be undermined in front of the guy whose seed you want. I mean, getting somebody's seed is stressful. I mean, or you could just wait around, because, I mean, it's highly likely that at some point Cyclops would have just jerked off into something in his grandparents' cabin. Because what the fuck is there to do? The TV works sometimes. And what do grandparents have to talk about? Nothing. They got nothing. He'd be jerking off into an old dish rag or something, or just jerk off into the snow just to compare the colors. Could have waited it out, but no. Then you got to deal with your group, your underlings attacking the guy. It's like, come on, you gotta coordinate your shit, guys. But more importantly, we got another one of these things, and guess what? The shit ain't scratched. I got a fucking quarter ready. Let's see what prize we may potentially win. Alright. Okay, we need to scratch off a Captain America and we win a limited edition 5 trading card set. I gotta tell you, trading cards are just gonna take up room on my shelf and shit, so I'm not that into it. Find Magneto and win an uncut anniversary card. Damn it! I don't want cards. I don't want cards. There's a period of time in my life where it's all about the cards. I'm over it. I'm over it now. I think as a society we're all over it. Okay, then we gotta solve the clue. Goddamn. Okay, first place though, we get all these comics. Who gives a shit? Second place, we win a fucking arcade machine. I'm gonna make money back on that if I rent it out to a restaurant or something. That's what we want. X-Men animation jacket. Fuck, is that interesting? Fourth place, 15 Segas. I don't even know 15 people. I'd just be hooking those things up and creating the most powerful Sega machine of all time. I think I made that joke last time we ran into this, but now we got our actual shot at this. Everybody just pray to all your lords. 10 Sega's not as powerful, but you know what? Definitely could blow up Nintendo headquarters with that amount of power. Sixth place, 1,000 polygram X-Men video. Fuck off. Okay, so let's just see. Let's just fucking see. Can I even do this like one-handed? Jesus, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? What is this? What the hell? Did somebody spray this down? Oh, are you kidding? Can like 1992 foil not withstand like 2018 quarters? Is that what, dude? Come on, what does that look like? Does this look like a Captain America? Or does that look like a Magneto? Does that, I want a Magneto out of the two of those choices. really thought this was going to be, like, an actual event. I was getting ready to, like, try to claim a 30-year-old prize, but what did we learn here? That apparently quarters in the 90s were fucking made of, like, tin. And quarters today, they're the real deal. Like, I'll bite on it, and they can't. They just destroy foil. Wow, we could have had 15. We could have had fucking 15 Sega Genesis. What was the question? Magneto was spotted spying on the mother of his granddaughter in her team's headquarters. Where was he this week? It's so obvious that we all know the answer, but we can't win. Cannot win. Fucking ridiculous. So, more fighting. Sinister, he's like, come on, dude, what the fuck? Guys, don't be fighting. We get some flashbacks to Japan. And I just want to show this guy. Come on, this is obviously Wolverine. Apparently it's a guy named Matsuo, but it's Wolverine. But you know what? I guess if he's a pedophile, then we got double Olivia Munn. She's going to take him out with all those martial arts she learned for the X-Men movies that I doubt she actually used. So, you know, good for you, Olivia Munn. Maybe it'll be beneficial to your career, or probably not. Gotta show this. It actually, what a time where the cover actually delivers. I mean, the cover is way better. And, you know what? You idiot. My glasses. Total Velma. Every time you think Cyclops is a little bit cool, has a total Velma moment. But then, you know, they give him his glasses. Look at this. This is Cyclops winking down here, which is... If he ever tried to wink without his glasses, he would just... ruin a family, definitely. I mean, probably take out a building. Here are your glasses. Jesus Christ, Cyclops. So eventually they stop, and they're like, hey, you passed the test. Which even Cyclops is like, what the fuck, we fought for 15 minutes? He learns about some sort of contest for the world or something. And he eventually agrees that literally being in Alaska is the worst place you want to be. So he goes through this portal with these Dark Riders. It's kind of weird, but I mean, he looks dope. So what do we learn? That 90s quarters, you know, more malleable than today's quarters.